In your doctoral thesis, you are writing on how historical knowledge was created and exhibited in Georgian state museums under the Soviet power, especially from 1930s to the 80s. As your home country, Georgia, is currently and historically under pressure from Russia oftentimes, and these conflicts are also about interpretation of culture and history, how important do you deem your own research?
For me, museum is a lens to look at center-periphery relations, so relations between imperial center and the periphery, so-called periphery Georgia. And through this research, I argue that curators who were working on these exhibitions, historians, archaeologists, ethnographers, they had their own visions, they had their own aspirations, their own, they made decisions on what to show, what not to show, and this way I want to argue there was some kind of local agency and that Georgia was not an absolute subaltern under Russian Empire and the Soviet Empire, but it also had some kind of, but it also, there were like ways how these imperial policies were negotiated locally.
What challenges did the museums face exactly, and maybe which challenges do prevail until this day? Museums
are peculiar institutions or networks, however you call them, who are always under pressure from above, but also from below. There are this kind of some kind of contact zones in between spaces. They are under structural constraints. They're very political institutions, but they also have to speak to the public in the language that they appeals to the public. But I think that looking at this in-between space and space for creative expression, especially in this in-between space, is very interesting and gives us answers on other questions such as nationality policies under Soviet power and so on and so forth.
You are currently stationed in Germany conducting your research. What is your personal motivation for your work?
I have to say, well, writing a PhD is very challenging, of course, and everybody who does it would agree with me. But I think it's also a very rewarding experience and a very empowering experience at the same time, which for me as a woman coming from a small town is very important. And I also do my project very much in honor of my grandmother, who didn't have access to quality education, despite the fact that he was extremely well-read and intellectual and very powerful woman.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hiller, for your answers.
Thank you for your interest.